Hi guys, my name is Cynthia and today I'm going to be telling you 5 things I'll do differently if I were to be learning data analysis from scratch. So without wasting further of your time, let's get straight to the first point. Now, from my experience learning data analysis, I would say you will learn better with shorter videos. Trust me, this is also the point where I realized that paid tutorials are paid for a reason. You see those courses on Coursera, courses from analyst builder, maybe analytics and so on. If you can afford it, go for them. And I'm not just saying this, to make a case for them. I'm just saying that one of the things that they do is that they give bit-sized lessons. Trust me, you learn better using those bit-sized lessons than longer videos. So if you see short videos, please go for them. Longer videos are generally more exhausting. It's easier for you to get distracted, and it's just, you can't just compare the two. And when I say shorter videos, I'm generally referring to videos less than 30 minutes. Anything more than 30 minutes can be an overkill. So even if you want to learn with long videos, break it down in bits. Do 30 minutes and pause. You can also do 20 minutes and pause. Trust me, you would learn better that way. Now, how do you look for these shorter videos? I recommend using playlists. So when you go on YouTube and you're searching up a tutorial, let's say Power BI tutorial for beginners. Now what you want to do is go to the playlist section. Now what YouTube will do is to return playlists for you. So you're going to see Power BI tutorials, but the ones that are playlists. Another way of getting playlists is to go to your favorite creator. In my case, let's say I like Alex the Analyst. So I'm going to go to his channel and go to the playlist section of his YouTube channel, and what you'll find there is, in his own case, is very detailed and very organized. You would see playlists on literally any topic on data analysis, and you just click on one of those playlists and learn the particular topic that you want to learn. It's literally that easy. Another way of using shorter videos is, don't sleep on those short videos that are like so and so tool in 10 minutes. Trust me, they can unpack and simplify a lot of topics. And I think somebody that does this very well is Kenji. Yeah, for now he's the one I know. Okay, and even maybe analytics does this well. So you see learn DAX in 15 minutes or learn the basics of SQL in 12 minutes. Some of these people just have the gift of breaking down simple topics without talking too much. Please utilize them for your own good. So bottom line is, use shorter videos. Shorter videos are generally better for your learning. So the second thing I'm going to say is use ChatGPT to simulate questions. Now, what I mean is, you're supposed to be using ChatGPT as a learning aid. Don't sleep on chats on this. I'm not going to recommend using ChatGPT to learn from scratch. I've been there, I tried it. I actually tried learning Power BI from scratch using ChatGPT, and it was rubbish. Like, when you don't know a thing, but you're hearing an answer and you just know that answer that you're getting is wrong. And trust me, when I went online to do further research, I found out that a lot of the things, it was, or let me just say, I wasn't prompting it well. And that is true, because you prompt better from a place of knowledge. So even when you want to use these AI tools, trust me, you still need to know that thing. You just prompt better from a place of knowledge. So use ChatGPT to simulate questions. So this is how I do it, because I told you I use shorter videos. So let me use Alex Analyst for instance. Say I learn what joins are, and I just watched a video on joins, let's say a 15 minutes video or a 10 minutes video on joins. So the next thing I'll do is go to ChatGPT and say, hey chat, I just learned joins on SQL. Can you break this down for me, beginner level style? ChatGPT does a wonderful job if you prompt it correctly like this. So because I'm telling Chat that I want very simplified answers, I want you to treat me like a beginner who knows nothing about joins, ChatGPT does a very good job of breaking it down. It's going to use analogies, it's going to use comparison, like it's going to use stories. Anything I ask it to do, it will do it. And you can keep prompting it to dumb it down for you till you understand that thing that you're trying to learn. And another wonderful thing that ChatGPT does is it will ask you, do you want to try and get your hands dirty with some queries on joins? Always say yes to that, because that thing will force you to practice, and without practicing, trust me, you will not learn anything. So this is my process. I watch a short video on that topic. I just watch I don't try to practice alone. I just watch and listen attentively, and then I go to ChatGPT, ask it to break it down even further for me. I ask it any questions I might have had when I was watching that video. You can tell it to ask you any question, interview style question, business cases, and it does a very good job on that. So don't sleep on ChatGPT. Notice that I said use it as a learning aid. Do not use it to replace your brain. Use it as a learning aid. This leads me to the top point. Practice. You need to practice a lot. Like practice, practice, practice. You can watch a million and one videos, but if you don't practice, you won't learn anything. And I want to use this opportunity to dispel this stereotype or this belief that you have to wait till you are perfect or you know more to start practicing. This is what beginners tell themselves to make themselves feel better, because they'll say, oh, after I don't know this thing, how can I practice? But the learning is in the doing. Like, if you don't practice it, you will never learn it. The doing is supposed to be messy. It's from that messiness that you will learn. But because you're afraid of making mistakes, you're afraid of looking stupid, you're afraid of generating or giving stupid answers, so you stay stuck. How do you even know that you know that thing if you're not practicing? And that's why I suggested using ChatGPT as a learning aid. Because let's take joins as an instance. After telling you that it's used to, join tables and all of that, the next thing it's going to do is to help you get your hands dirty. Do not run away when it does that. So what you will do is you will paste, you will type your code in that message box, that place where you ask a question. You're going to type your code and it will correct it. In fact, oh my god, when you are doing this, you're going to be seeing a lot of errors. Sometimes you'll find out there is a comma that will make your code not run. Sometimes you'll find out that you didn't add your semicolon or one thing or the other. Sometimes it will tell you that, okay, this code is not clean enough. So you would have to, it will suggest maybe you writing the SQL commands in capital letters and then every other thing in small letters, so that your code will be neater. It's going to suggest when you add aliases, so that it will look better. Do you understand? But if you do not practice, how would you know all these things? So practice, practice. Don't wait till you get perfect. That's an illusion. You will never get perfect. It gives me a lot of joy when I watch skits from senior developers and they talk about how even after 10 years of coding, they still Google stuff. They still ask questions. That should also give you hope as a beginner. So please practice, practice, practice as quickly as possible. Another thing you need to do is to reprogram your mind. I used to be very scared of SQL, and in fact, I didn't just discover SQL, despite the fact that I'm just, now transitioning into data analysis. I didn't just discover it. I discovered SQL some years ago, and I just hated it. I don't know why, the name just pissed me off. SQL and MATLAB and JavaScript. These three, I just hated them. Two things I've always liked is one, at least Python. I've always liked Python for some reason. I don't know, I just liked it. And because I liked it, it was quite easy for me to pick up, even then, that I was just getting my hands dirty with coding. And I remember then I was trying to be a front-end developer, so I was playing around with HTML and CSS. But when it came to JavaScript, because I hated it so much, I could not learn it. So what am I saying? That you need to reprogram your mind. You need to avoid people who tell you that so is hard. One of the reasons why I fell in love with SQL and I started playing around with it now, and why I've been able to learn it, is because my brother drilled it into my head. He's a data scientist and a GIS developer, and he, oh my god, he made nonsense of SQL. Like, he made it look like, you're too big for SQL to be frightening you like this. He said it over and over again. I just came to the natural conclusion that SQL was easy. And guess what? When I started learning it, I found it easy. That tells you that your mind plays a very huge role in this. So you need to surround yourself with people who tell you this is not difficult, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. You need to look at materials that do not make things unnecessarily complex for you. Basically, reprogram your mind. These tools are not difficult. It is possible for you to be a data analyst. And this is me also telling you that you can do it. Nothing is too difficult for you to learn, and you're going to be a badass data analyst. Okay? So the final point is pray. I know you're probably not a Christian or you probably don't care for these things, but I can tell you for free that prayer works. Like, I told God himself that he should come and teach me data analysis, and he did. And in as much as I'm still learning, I'm learning at a pace that is surprising me, because I was learning on my own before. But now that I decided to, it just occurred to me that why not invite God into your learning? Like, especially as Christians, we tend to box God. We tend to say, oh, this is where I can invite God. I don't need to invite God here, or this does not make sense inviting God in this area. But you can actually invite God in every area of your life. So since I started learning, and I'll pray before I learn, I start, watching the videos and all of that. One of the things that it does, beyond the fact that God actually listens to that prayers and He answers it, is that it just reprograms your mind for you. Because I believe that God is with me in the learning, it doesn't seem so difficult to me anymore. So even when I'm having certain roadblocks or the learning gets too difficult, it just occurs to me that I've prayed about this, so the Holy Spirit is somewhere. This actually, if I don't push through a little, if I just put in a little effort, I'll get it. And so far, it has been working for me. So if you, for some reason, you are feeling like a blockhead or like nothing is getting into your head, try praying about it. All right, it's going to accelerate your learning in ways that you cannot even imagine. Just give it a try before you shake your head, before you say no. Try it and come back and give me feedback. It works. Alright guys, thank you so much for sticking with me till now. I hope that you start implementing these tips, especially if you're a beginner in learning. And do not forget to like, share. There are other beginners in your circle that might need this kind of information. So share this video with them. Comment, tell me which one you have been implementing or what other method has been working out for you. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.